Hello, good evening, everyone. Maze okay once more here. So I am sorry that most of you who have waited, as you can see, that I planned this broadcast, and it's one of those things. Unforeseen circumstance made me to delay. So different location. Now, as usual, it's going to be a very interesting evening. I will let you have your say. This is part of my Friday Street Parliament, and we are going to be judging something today, the Street Parliament. So normally we Street Parliament, we go on the street with the camera and ask you your opinion. But here we come to you via this medium and ask you your opinion on what you think. You know, yesterday I did a video on what, part of my conversation yesterday is on what Father Mbaka said about Hope Uzodinma. And I said, my conclusion was, Nadendem. Sadly, or rather, as if I knew it was coming, and today, last night, there was a live streamed program which I saw after my program on Facebook. What I'm going to do, the full video without cutting, without editing, is going to be analyzed today. And the full video now went blown out. The Reverend Father is now angry, saying that the man whom he supported, whom he told us to vote for, that he was going to be the Messiah, that God said Buhari is the Messiah. And we will say, help me translate if you can. What then happened? That's what we will ask. What happened? He said, God said Buhari is the Messiah. Then is God no longer saying it? Does God drink umpa that he can, after consuming about 6 bottles, he says something and eventually he changes his mind? God said, I should say, Hope Uzodinma is the new governor. How? I don't know. What was God thinking at that point? Or could it be that God didn't say that he was a vehicle for something else? Now, without further ado, let me not waste our time. Let us go back to 2015. Let's just go back a little bit. Let's backtrack again.
Corruption was in quantum.
There is no doubt.
To the level that the Nigerian bishops had to compose a prayer against bribery and corruption.
We understand. Corruption hasn't
assured all the Catholics to be praying that prayer every day after the communion.
So for those of you joining me,
all the money voted for road constructions were swindled.
Kindly like the video and share it.
Many of them became millionaires and billionaires in naira, in dollars, in pounds, in euro. Billionaires when they have no workshop, no business center. Somebody who has nothing he's doing, yet he's a billionaire because he's a politician. Then the oil money were messed up. Now the oil doom has come. And there's no preparation for it. The economy of Nigeria is an oil-based economy. My beloved Nigerians, those who led us from last year downwards, they have killed this country. Cardiovascular systems of this country, and paralyzed the neurological organs, and handed over to Buhari, the new president, shambles, skeleton almost. A nation that is chromatic. Nigeria right now, economically, security-wise, is in the intensive care unit. If the oxygen is removed, Nigeria will go.
Now this was this was 2000. Sorry, this was around 2017. Couple of years. Either 2016 or 17. When he was just saying that Nigeria is, is an intensive care unit. If Nigeria was in the intensive care unit in 2017, what is now, in which unit is Nigeria now?
People of God prayed from here and there. God answered our prayers and gave us Muhammad Buhari. And I want to tell you today, God has told us that Buhari is a prayer answered.
Oh, did you hear that? God has told us that Buhari is a prayer answered. In case if you missed it, it's not me. When somebody says I had gone to bed and woke up and Mazi, God said, give me 200,000 naira. I was, okay, wait now, let me go to bed. And if I go to bed and I woke up and God says that, and I'll ask God, how do you want me to get the money? But in this case, this guy
God prayed from here and there. God answered our prayers and gave us Muhammad Buhari. And I want to tell you today, God has told us that Buhari is a prayer answered.
Oh, let me bring my good friend. Where's my good friend? Who will come and tell us that the party we are seeing now is the one we are enjoying? Saying a prayer answered. So let us go and celebrate the party, because the party is going on and we appreciate the party. Okay? So let us bring my friend and ask him, in all these things, after you had Mbaka and you have voted, how do you feel? Now, tell us.
Have you voted?
I'm voted, yeah.
Okay, so
I'm happy I'm voted, yeah.
tell me your feeling after voting today.
Yeah, after voting, I'm feeling okay. What I want, I get it on the result. I'm getting the party I want is the one going on. Thank you for that.
What are you expecting from these people you voted?
I'm voted, they can do what you want, and then when they want, what they want, inshallah, we'll happiness more, isn't it? So then please, I want to beg them, we suffer almost 10 hours we are standing because of what we want. We need change. And then the person we need, he's the one on the party we want, isn't it? So please, we want change.
Change? What kind of change?
The change of situation which we are now.
What is the situation you are in?
Situation of suffering, isn't it? Yeah, we are suffering. How many years? As you see, 12 years forward. I mean, almost 40-something years. I don't know what is government doing for me. Is it come out of this like this radio? I don't know. I don't know. Actually, yeah. I have to complain. I mean, Nigeria really. Almost 40-something, I don't know what is government. So I need change. The person I know is going to change this thing by force, whether the leader they want or not. Any person which is bad, he must escape in this country, or he be hidden like how they are hiding poor people inside prison, which you don't have a court attendant. Inshallah, we need Buhari to change this country.
Oh, what is the change? This is the change.
Of their own challenges. When America was challenged, they turned.
You see, the former young guy was saying that they need change. And here is Bola Ahmed Tinubu also telling us the reason why we need change and why we needed to change the previous government. That he is a general.
Correct?
Mm.
When French was challenged, they turned to their general, Charles de Gaulle.
Yeah,
Correct? When Britain was challenged,
Kawasaki Yamaha.
they turned to their great general, Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Today, Nigeria is challenged, economically challenged, physically challenged, security challenged. Who do we turn to? Muhammad Buhari is the right man for the job. If you talk of military experience,
Yes.
He has it abundantly.
The one
If you
Boko Haram is
talk
doing is
of
not
courage,
military, huh?
he has it abundantly. If you talk of simplicity, he has it abundantly. If you talk of great determination, a combination of vision and ability to perform, honesty and integrity, he has it abundantly. Abundant. 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 I love.
Oh dear. While we were shouting, nobody listened. Everybody felt he entered from one ear and he moved away from the other. We were shouting, we were called names and hatred and blah, blah, blah. Now, here is the cocoa of the matter. And yesterday, Mbaka finally broke the table. Let us go bring your table because this is full analysis, full-blown analysis. If you have 100 Naira data, go recharge. We might actually give out data for those of us in Nigeria today for us to finish watching this video. So we might start donating data. So go get and grab your coffee. This is my own tea here. So, and we would do that. Please, for those of you joining me just now, can you share the video with others, like the video so that YouTube algorithm would know that you've liked it, and let others also see the video. Join us. This is a community. And while we comment, please, again, I beg us, can we be civil? Let us respect one another. You might be younger, you might be older, but it hurts not. It doesn't hurt to be respectful. I appreciate that, and I thank you for always being respectful. Now, this is the meat of the matter. Yesterday, this is what Mbaka said. I will be pausing in between and do my analysis, but it's largely what he said here. Let's go.
We are crying because our leaders have failed us woefully. Let me tell you, if it is in a civilized country, by now, President Buhari will resign.
So we are not civilized now.
Quote me anywhere and let the whole world hear it. By now, with what is happening, President Muhammadu Buhari should honorably resign.
Hello. God, the Yorubas will say, "Kilo happen." Yorubas will say, "Kilo happen." You are the same person that said this. So, for those of you, for the benefit
the
of those
entire
of you,
money voted for hospitals were looted out.
Who said this?
Buhari, the new president, shambles, skeleton almost. A nation that is chromatic. Nigeria right now, economically, security-wise, is in the intensive care unit. If the oxygen is removed, Nigeria will go. People of God prayed from here and there. God answered our prayers.
Now, did you hear that? People of God prayed from here and there, and God answered. You see, we must begin to liberate our mind. I'm not an atheist. I believe that there is a God that exists. I believe, again, I know the other time I said, some of you came in, boss, and said, well, you're not there yet. I want you to be fully atheist. Listen, I believe in God. I believe, there is a God that even our forefathers, they worship the right God. There is a God. God exists. But we must not allow these politicians, be them in government houses or in garments, to actually, use our brains to buy a goosey. We shouldn't allow that to happen. Because if we said, you prayed and God said, God is not an author of confusion. That's the point. God is not an author of confusion. If you have prayed and God said, this is a prayer, is it not the same Bible that says when when a person that fears God is in power, that the people rejoice? Are you rejoicing? Is God lying? Come on. Again, let me listen to you before I go back to what you said yesterday. Okay, let's equal. Anyway, you've had that one. Let's go back to what he was saying today.
We are crying because we don't have a shepherd. All those that will fight what I'm saying now will eventually suffer the wrath. If you can't do it, either you resign or you'll be changed. A good coach cannot watch his team defeated.
I agree with you on this one.
Sitting down watching on the bench. Either Buhari resign by himself or he will be impeached.
By who?
This statement is too mysterious and supernatural.
Again, supernatural?
I know that many people begin to fight it. Mbaka, did you not pray for Buhari?
Oh God, we're not fighting. No, we are tired. We are tired. We talk of fight. Who gets straight to fight?
What are you talking about? Am I the creator of Buhari? God created him. Nigerians trusted him because he did well sometime. But now, how can people be dying? The chief security officer, custodian of lives of the country, will be sitting down, not making any comments. Gunmen attacking everybody everywhere. Amen. Why are you crying, Nigerian youths? As I said, overseas become dumping ground for our ingenious youths. Young men, young doctors, lawyers, everybody running away from Nigeria. Countries were better off.
No, I mean, in fairness to you, I think that's where he made sense. Nigeria has gone to the dogs to the point that everybody is running away. Everybody. The youths that ought to, everybody. It's just like anyone that that is slightly smart in Nigeria, gets opportunities elsewhere. They just they just leave. They leaves. So let's
just
continue.
Coming back from a boy to this place. You need to visit a boy. The former Abakiriki is not my Abakiriki.
What he's about to say is one of those things that I tell us. We can fight, we can do anything, but when truth is seen, let it be said as well. I'm not from Abakaliki, as he's saying here, or as he will say. I have gone to Abakaliki myself, and I was blown away. I was blown away by what the current governor of Ebonyi State is doing in terms of infrastructure. Let us not get this wrong, please. In terms of infrastructural development in African context, again, I repeat, in African context, in Nigerian context and standard, he is doing very well.
Ha! Even the leaders of Enugu State should wake up, because by the time Anambra State has her own cargo passengers airport and Ebonyi has her own airport, I don't know the reason why people should be coming to Enugu apart from prayer here. So if anybody speaks about development, let the government not begin to attack the person. They should change. If with the mega resources a boy is getting, a boy will have mega projects. Fly over here and there. International centers. Anambra is evolving 10,000 seaters international conference center. If I refuse to say the truth, the Holy Spirit will attack me. So Father Mbaka now is backing. I am rolling. Back to what I'm saying. What is the matter?
What is the matter, Oga? Please, what is the matter?
Because there is no security in this country. House of Reps and Representatives should impeach the president if he doesn't want to resign. Number two, if the members of the house, these two houses, do not want to impeach him and they want to begin to fight for the Mbaka, something worse than what they never imagined will happen to the members of the House of Senate and members of the House of Reps.
You see, this is where I think sometimes people I may refer to Christian fundamentalists go too far. Here is a man saying that if they do not impeach the president, something blah 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 will happen to them. And I can tell you free of charge, nothing is going to happen. Nothing, absolutely nothing is going to happen. In the last 6 years, Nigerians have been crying. In the last 6 years, Nigerians have been saying, listen to them. People have been agitating rather than listen to them, rather than say, actually, my son, my children, what is it? What is the problem? But no one absolutely cares. Be it with the Shiite, be it with the IPOP, be it with nobody. I said yesterday, if the presidency ever made, attempt to reach the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, we wouldn't be in this mess today. If the president ever treated the leader of the Shiite group, with an open mind, we wouldn't be in the mess. If the presidency or president, once we had that issue we had in Benue, you've gone in there, you've treated them as humans, as citizens, we wouldn't be in the same problem that we are in today. So where is the whole thing? Where is the whole thing coming from? At the end of the day, what I'm envisaging at this moment is, it depends if this video goes viral, we might hear. I would not be surprised that this evening or tomorrow you hear that DSS visited Mbaka, because we are being run by coconut heads. I would not be surprised to hear that DSS has visited Mbaka to ask him, to question him of why he said the Buhari should be impeached or that Buhari should resign, because we have a non-thinking people who hate security services. Let's continue.
Disaster is coming. A message released many years ago. Until the government of this country finds something useful for our youths, they are going to face disaster. A time is coming when, if you are asked to be a governor, a senator, a House of Reps member, yes, a House of Representatives, what?
Sorry again, I think it's, as Mbaka said, if, on his comment is that if people come back to him, not that if they don't impeach him, sorry, correction there, if they come back to him, that is, if they come back to attack him, then something will happen to him. But again, I tell you that expect verbal attack and it will happen. But again, will anything happen to them? Nah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
You will begin to run. Because I'm trying to tell you that we cannot continue like this. The leaders have suffered the youths. Now it's time for the civilians, the ordinary people, to suffer the leaders. Enough of this rubbish. Most of the reasons why you come here for prayers are not prayer projects. These are what the government should supply. To buy 1 cup of rice now, to buy 1 cup of curry, to cook 1 pot of soup for a family, to pay for house rent, even to import your product from abroad. Taxation has doubled much. International communities cannot come to Nigeria to invest anymore. Are we living or are we dying? God is asking, what is the matter? I, as a servant of God, I'm telling God what is the matter. Let him change our leaders for us.
Mbaka, this is where I disagree. I agree in all the things, they are not doing right. They are not doing this. They are not doing the other one. But where I disagree is God does not have PVC. God does not vote. And, in the last election, when you people were, promoting Buhari as the Messiah, or in the last 2 elections, and obviously in that we can see that it wasn't God. By the virtue of the prophecy, by the virtue of the campaign, you could not for 1 second say that is God and that God made people to vote for him. It cannot be. God did not pay people 3,000 or 5,000 to vote, as the case may be it the local politicians within the states, the state assembly or national assembly. God did not make that happen. Humans did. So again, I think it's our outsourcing. We are now at this point, by your actions and by your utterances, you're wanting Nigerians to outsource their responsibilities to God. Yet, when it is time to outsource these responsibilities to God, the people of faith can do that. They would all want to kind of hold tight. What's wrong? Here is election, is a physical thing. The people cannot outsource their responsibilities to an omnipotent person. No, omnipotent God.
How can somebody become a billionaire from what belongs to all of us? And
Exactly.
those who have the money are begging. Many mothers here cannot change pampers for their children. Our young ladies are thinking of going into prostitution. But who is going to prostitute you? Young men have nothing doing. And what is happening has evolved a satanic culture of immorality in the issue of occultism and idolatry.
Ekwam here, I think I agree with you that the first step is for him to speak the truth. However, in speaking truth, it's all, I'll put it this way, it's always good to, if he comes out and say, based on these findings, I think people should go vote for Mr. A, Mr. B, but when you make it that God said you should go vote for Mr. A or Mr. B, that's where I personally have issues with. But it's good that he's basically saying that.
Young men now have started visiting native doctors, preparing charms. The job of the government is now to be killing people, calling them terrorists, instead of giving them jobs. People should go to farm. They should farm.
You can go to farm.
Herdsmen will go and eat the crops.
Exactly.
And the herdsmen will not be branded terrorists. Last week it was in Owerri, jailbreak here and there. We never heard of such things that are happening now. But if the government will not sit up and do what they should do, begin to rule out the monies they're preparing for 2023, that 2023 may not come.
I agree.
It will be a story of tragedy. I plead that the church leaders will understand me as a messenger of God and not begin to fight me, because the danger is going to affect the church. When gunmen begin to strike inside the church, they will begin to kill one man of God or the other man of God and kill members in the church. Who will go to church again? The priests will lose their jobs. The bishops will lose their jobs. Exactly. So you better keep quiet or you support what I'm saying. Because it's evolving from the altar of truth and righteousness.
Everybody will... Holy dear. Now the same altar brought confusion before. While I agree totally and I'm going to support you, you know, I am not linking God to it, because God has already given me brain. God has already made me, I'm here. So I'm seeing it, I'm feeling it. So, you know, if you back God on this matter, and we'll begin to say, yeah, this is what you're saying is right. So let's not, let's not basically bring it to anything. So here, you're right. I give it to you. Go down, you know, hold on. Here, I agree with you. So, but if you begin to tell me it's God that said this and the other one, I'll begin to suspect you, because the other ones you told us God. Because we didn't sleep and see the vision with you. So it's basically your own seeing, not ours. Okay? So let's
soon be affected. How can our children be killed? Just listen, you hear about killing. Nobody is safe again in this country. Do you think you are safe? Ask your neighbor, do you think you are safe? Do you think you are safe? Nobody is safe. Only God is protecting us. Hagar, what is the matter? Why is Ishmael crying? Why should Ishmael not cry?
Ishmael is crying because Ishmael is in pain. In the words of Fayoshe, he will say, I am in pains. I am in severe pains. So collectively, Nigerians are in their severe pains. North, south, east, west. We are in pains. Unimaginable pains. And these pains, the person that ought to be in charge of this pain management is it's not there. It's not there. The person that is supposed to be alleviating this pain, or a pain doctor that is, that ought to be looking into our pain, in our anguish, in our everything, is not there. It's not there. It's absent. That is why some
Abraham was a very rich man.
Angry.
Abraham had everything it takes to settle Ishmael and Hagar. Why should Abraham give only one bottle of water to Ishmael and Hagar? Why should they not cry? We are crying because we are dehumanized. We are crying because we are intimidated. Our rights have been denied us. Opportunities that belong to our fellow Nigerians have been denied. Those we sent to represent us are using our names to make themselves billionaires. They are using our word to buy structures outside the country. What does it take to fix power in this country that industrialization will spark off? We have millions and millions of graduates doing nothing. And the leaders are not ashamed. What industrial projects have they created? Why should a mother and father, after training their children, continue to feed the children they trained? When I heard in Psalm 128 verse 2, the Bible saying, you shall eat the fruit of the labor of your hands, and it shall be well with you. Are our parents now eating the fruit of the labor of their hands? They got in the real room by bara. You can imagine why our parents are dying young. Teachers are not well paid. Even the policemen and the military are not taken care of. How do they have the effrontery and the courage to begin to protect the subjects?
You see, again, before you come and think I am picking a fight with Father Mbaka, what I'm doing here is content analysis. I'm trying to play all these videos to analyze bit by bit the things he said. And on this, the moment he begins to speak as a Nigerian, as someone who is in the system, someone who feels the pulse of the people, I agree with him. I agree with Mbaka. All these things he's saying, are Nigerians suffering? Yes. Is the economy collapsed? Yes. Are we already a failed state? Yes. So everything he's saying, I agree. I agree, honestly. But it's just only, some minor areas that I don't agree is, one thing I know is glaring, and you now come and tell me the opposite is because you said that God says this. And even when people want to believe, but at some point you find out it doesn't work that way that you said, because if it was God that, as in the video I played before, if it was God that said, give us Buhari is the Messiah, by now everyone, because Buhari had no reason to fail, honestly. If he had anything to offer, he had no reason to fail. Because you can imagine a man that took over everybody for the first time. Body language was governing the nation. They said the refinery started working because of his body language. This one started working because of his body language. And suddenly, we are giving Nigerian airline with millions of money spent, launched in Farnborough, in Surrey, in England. Millions of naira, dollars spent. An airline that was only on a PowerPoint presentation. It flew only on PowerPoint, landed on PowerPoint, the airport built on PowerPoint, and it crashed also on PowerPoint. And I call it the PowerPoint airline. That's Nigeria. You may think you want to make it up. It can only happen in Nigeria.
A military man, nobody takes care of your family.
Another
what type of country is this?
Through the country just tire me.
Shall it continue like this?
No.
As far as I'm concerned, I can never support terrorism.
Exactly.
Neither will I allow you to brand our children terrorists when they are not. If some people broke the prison in Owerri, if you caught those who broke them, arrest them, interrogate them.
Common sense.
It may be possible that no human being broke that cell. It could be jailbreak from God. It happened in Acts of Apostles chapter 5. There was a jailbreak. Nobody was arrested.
Before I laugh
God
against
can
the Holy Spirit,
set the
please,
prisoners
on this
free.
one, I will say nothing.
So for people to begin to go around and begin to kill our young men without trying them is evil. I'm just warning our governor, so it's not a matter of are you the one who ordained me a prophet? Did you ordain me a king? Are you the owner of my... When you were doing well, was I not clapping for you? Now my fellow Nigerians are dying like rats without anybody caring for them. God is angry with our leaders. From Buhari to the last, God's anger is upon you. You have failed God.
Exactly. Again, I can't say this enough. I agree with you. Your sense of reasoning, your sense of judgment is perfectly intact when you analyze these things. Our leaders have failed us. I agree. They have failed God. They have failed God. See? Because when you say God told you or God brought them, I do not know. Yeah? Worship Media Chidi, thank you very much for the super chat. At least everyone is waking up, but maybe a little late. Chidi, if you stay around, I'll bring you on when we get to that call. You see, everybody's waking up, and I mean, I like it because he could be, I mean, no one is perfect, including myself, but at least for the fact that one is consistently speaking up. And I think Chidi once had a program called, that he talked about this consistency. It's about that consistency, and I give it to him. But the only issue I have, I can't say this enough, the only issue I have is, bringing, when I have my own judgment, if Maaz is okay saying today that I do not, based on the things I've seen, I do not think that Buhari is doing well in terms of security, in terms of this, in terms of that. But there are areas that he probably is better than other leaders. But that doesn't mean that the man is entirely 100%, this and that. There could be one or two areas that he's better than others. But again, I always give this caveat in Nigerian context, not on any international standard. By any international standard, Mr. President should be addressing Nigeria every freaking day. By the things that are happening in Nigeria, there is no way the president cannot every morning address Nigeria and give them updates. That's what is, I'm not trying to, I can't even mention his name. Now, what we have to know is that it is about the person in that office. It doesn't matter if it's Buhari, it doesn't matter if it's Mr. A, it doesn't matter if it's Mr. B, but what we should be demanding, but which everybody has demanded. You can imagine when there was NSAS, he did absolutely nothing. He didn't care. Anyway, I don't even know where the SARS and SWAT, where we are, So, absolutely, I agree with Father Mbaka on this.
How can you just open your mouth like what Hope Uzodinma is doing in Imo State? Somebody who came here and put his hand on this altar and swore he will protect the life of the Imolites is now organizing the killing of the same Imolites. And he wants me to keep quiet. I was keeping quiet until the blood of my brothers are being shed. Never.
Never.
And whoever will support that will suffer.
Never. Let me analyze something to us. Let me say this thing to us. Since after the war, Owerri was one of the last sectors, if not the last sector, to fall to the war. People born in those areas, especially Olu, that saw the war. Elders that still live in trauma of the gunshot sound, the shelling sound, the bombing sound. Pause for a moment. How they will feel when suddenly they saw jets flying low. Nigeria is a society that people don't understand mental health and trauma treatment. All these people have not been treated because of the trauma of what they saw. No one cared. Everybody carried on. Even when some of them showed some signs afterwards, it could be spiritual. It could be spiritualized, saying, "Oh, this person this person that." But the underlying issue could have been as a result of the trauma they have undergone in a peacetime. a place that is quiet and peaceful, a sitting governor ordered for an area bombardment. That some of you would argue, also rightly, that he does not have the right to order the military. Of course, we know that. We also saw that in Lagos. Yes, he does not have the right, but he has the right to requests. It's only the CNC that has the right to grant the request. And if that request is granted, because without your request, there is no way they will come in and just do that. And that is one thing that I think, the more I think about it, that I think, it's someone really, really crossing a very thin line where you ordered that your state. Imagine me as the governor of my state. Have I exhausted all manner of negotiation for me to call for area bombardment of my own place? Come on. Again, if we move away from the southeast and get into the north, especially the northeast and some part of the northwest, yes, it is always, when you are not affected, it is always easy. We can also go bomb them out, get them this. But imagine America throwing bomb in their own country. That's the mess we are in. The trauma. Some CEO said trauma shows up with drinking too much. It's not only in drinking. It shows up in a lot of ways. Some people have what they call, I think, HTSD or whatever. And, some can even become bipolar in nature. Some would begin to do, atrocious things. Things that when you hear them, you marvel. How can a human being do that? It is not by, it's just as by trauma. There are, as a result of one of the things that happened, I think in 1996 in Lagos, where we were in a house in Okota, sitting down in a house for close to 2 hours. Armed robbers were shooting, using axe and digger to dig out protectors from last floor, ground floor to the third floor. We were living in the third floor. So you can imagine for over 2 hours, you're sitting down, waiting for them to come in. The trauma. 1996. We're talking about 20-something years. Has that trauma left me? It's just recently over things that I began to read and understand that I understand that this is what I saw, because there are some things that will happen. It will piggyback and pin it back to that incident. And now I look back and say, my brother's children in that house, probably some of the behaviors, you knows. Because these children, nobody ever spoke to them. The normal thing that they go to church, will give thanksgiving, oh God, oh, thank you that nobody was shot, blah, 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 blah. But the real case, nobody cares. So the only thing I'm putting out here on, regarding what he said, on ordering the death air raid in his place was, it was out of this place. It was out of this place, honestly.
How can the military, the police, the SS, how is it difficult for you to arrest one person? What if the person you killed is innocent of what he's accused of? You killed Ikonsa, you are parading his body all over, as if to say you have done whatever. Go and kill poverty. Kill poverty for us. Kill unemployment for us. Kill insecurity for us. You know how to kill wicked people.
Exactly. Poverty you can't kill.
No.
Poverty, the real cost
God's
of the whole
anger
thing,
is on.
The real cost of the malice you can't touch. And that's like he said.
As soon as possible, we give the whole governors mandates to begin to tell us the plans they have to give the whole youths job within a minimum time.
Honestly,
before it is too late.
I wish this is where we all can unite. Honestly.
I don't belong to any human cult. Please, don't misunderstand me. If the Holy Family, Holy Trinity, God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is a cult, then I belong there. But within the context of what is happening, no prophet will be spared from God if he keeps quiet. Elijah cannot be happy with me. Elisha cannot be happy with Mbaka. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel. They cannot be happy with me.
Your
Moses
problem
and Joshua will not be happy if they notice that Mbaka is silent in what is happening. So it is time for me to open up. It shall not continue like this. Give my people jobs. Give them food to eat. Stop killing them. Keep them busy positively. As for all, some of you governors funded them and equipped them with guns when you were going out for your campaign.
True. Another fact. Another fact. It must be said too.
Is what you bought that you are receiving.
Exactly. You
think by killing them, everything will end?
No.
You are pouring fuel inside a fire. So the whole governor should come out publicly and apologize to the youth and have strategic plans on how to take care of this country, because there is no reason why the border should be opened. If you know the people coming into this country now, Nigers and whatever.
You know, when he said this, there was a video I shot. I think either January or February, I shot a video with someone. In fact, I will upload it. It keeps escaping me. And this guy was it December? I can't remember, but earlier in the year, I shot a video with this guy at a club here in Anambra State. He was doing pedicure, you know, all these bang guys, you know, doing pedicure. And the way he talked about, thank you very much, Chris Mwogo. Chris Mwogo, thank you for the super chat. So the way he was talking about how easy it is for them to come in, go out, come in, go out, come in. Actually, based on this, if I remember, over this weekend, watch out for that video. My encounter with someone, you know, a Nigerian pedicure man or whatever, gave me a different insight. But sadly, I haven't been able to post that video or say anything about it because, you know, obviously 1 million things been going on, and just getting on things sometimes these days appear a little bit difficult. But by the things he said now, it really got me thinking. Let's continue.
Everywhere. So nobody can now solidly accuse A or B of doing something because you're not sure. The leaders have failed. So if what you are thinking of is to continue to perpetuate this satanic anachronism of increasing poverty in this country from 2023, which is 2023?
The one that made it, that the 2023 that may never come, actually. That may never come.
Things will be happening that nobody can stop until the leaders tell us the truth. Why they should be sitting down and the desert in Dubai is turned into the best city in the world.
You see that, Mbaka, you know what? I'll give you, come and sip my my drink here. You've really hit it. Any of you that have gone to Dubai, you see, sometimes you come back, you want to really strangulate these people called leaders. People that will use hollow block. I was telling somebody one time during the time of Okorocha, I was driving in Imo State, and I saw people laying hollow blocks on the road. Hollow blocks, the one with hole. After the hollow blocks, they will plaster it. Then they will paint it like a brick, you know, the brick color. Paint it. Now mark it the way you mark as a brick. And, you know, at the top, they will build this. There is something he constructed with metal like this. You know, the first place I passed through, I saw it. It looked nice because as of that time, I was trying to build a brick house. And I was imagining to myself, wow, maybe I can see where they sell brick in Owerri. Okotoliba. Not 2 posts later, I saw where a Toyota Dyna, blue Toyota Dyna felt brake, hit the one they finished. What was? Do you know that was because initially the first time, when I saw the first one, it looked nice. The second one was hollow block. The whole block chattered all over the road. People were just, you know, Nigeria, and everybody would just go divert, go. And I started asking myself, how come when it comes to public building, things that would meant for generations, or, you know, things the generation born to use, these people do FO. But if you go to their houses, that's where you will see the best marble on earth. That's where you will see the best chair on earth. Watching me now, you're in America. If you go to public buildings, that's when you see the best of materials. Many of you watching me in America, the houses you live in are wood, bako. But it looks nice, quite all right. But, you know, you can't even afford to use, you can't even afford the type of material. I mean, just if you're in Germany or in Austria, I mean, you go to a rat house. Or if you're in Denmark now watching me, or if you're in England, you go to the council, you see the best of materials. The type of claddings that they will use in a public building, in your own flat, in the houses you live in, your semi-detached, in your terrace or whatever, you cannot afford it. But you come to Nigeria, the brains turn upside down that people will drive the best of cars, they will drive, you know, in your own expense. Why? They offer you nothing. And they think people wouldn't get angry. The music is just only starting.
With all we had, oil. Are they telling us the truth about that oil? The past and present leaders. It's not a matter of saying, thank God I'm no more a governor. All of you who have to make this thing, to prepare this fire that is burning Nigerians, you should begin to restore. But as for all the monies that they looted that are being restored, where are they? Who is looting the loot? Here's the no. Because it is now pragmatically clear that the person we thought is our president is keeping silent. It can never happen in Nigeria. Look at Nigerians giving Thanksgiving because they got a visa to Ghana. A family came to give Thanksgiving that are traveling to Ghana. Is it not shameful? Because if we don't stop this thing that is going on now, if the leaders will not stop what is going on now, what is going on now will stop them.
According, you know, in the words of Chief Zebudayo Kurigongobo, areas 430, and I quote, according to Mbaka, who is looting the loot? Who is looting the loot? We have Abacha loot, returned. We have a James Boris loot, returned. We have this loot, return. We have the other one, return. I beg. I say, where is the root? Where is the root? All the root, where is it? All the money, it a fakam, it a fakam, it a go, it a fak, all the money, where is it? Where is the money? Where is the root? Oh, Jesus, Nigeria makes you sick. I tell you, Nigeria makes you want to go.
Live and let live.
No.
How many amount of millions or billions do you think you will acquire and you can now settle down? What excuses will the governors give us? They receive security votes every month. Do you know how many millions they receive every month for security votes? Oh, God. And some men of God will say, Mbaka, face your priestly work. Which one is my priestly work? My priestly work is to be a coward, to be silent when my people are dying.
I support you on this one.
As some are saying, is he not the one who prayed for Hope Uzodimma? Hope Uzodimma was like a vision that came to me.
Sorry, pardon me here, I must laugh. He said, Hope Uzodimma is like a vision that came to me, okay? This is crackingly funny. To be honest, wallahi, Nigeria no good, we no go die, join them. We no join die. So for those of you just joining me, please like this video by giving me a thumbs up, share this video, on your with your friends via WhatsApp, Facebook, however you want to share, please. And like this video. For those of you doing super chat, very thank you very much for supporting the work we are doing. Now let's come back to the meat of the matter. Now listen again. Oh dear, this one cracked me up. It cracked me up.
This person is going to be the governor of Imo State.
Mm-hmm.
If you are in a dream and you see something, how are you involved in it?
Okay, but now your dream now. It's not my dream. So why are you blaming me? It's your dream. You dreamt it. And God told you. So if it's not God telling you, that means, I don't know. So let's hear you out. Anyway. Oh dear, I can't.
You have a vision. And you call the person. I don't know his political story. Before you become who God says you're going to become. Do you know he came here, he went and failed the pay court? You know that?
Of course, no. You were born in the game, you didn't know.
After coming here, Hope Uzodimma failed in our
yeah.
But the message continued that he will still be the governor. I don't know how. It was not how, I don't know.
How we don't know? You didn't know. You too? You are not informed? You too, you are not informed? How can you say you don't know? But there was an aeroplane driving crew. You don't know. The aeroplane drivers were about to take off.
I don't know. I am not a member of the Supreme Court. I don't know anybody in Supreme Court.
Okay.
I don't know where Supreme Court is. I don't talk with Buhari.
Whew.
I don't have Buhari's phone number.
Okay, good to know.
People are just misunderstanding Father Mbaka. Look at me on the altar, putting my hands on this book.
Oh, this dream one. Some of you are wicked. Even Matthew says, so nothing concerns you with your own dream. Please pardon me. Make we ease out. Tomorrow, Monday is a public holiday in Nigeria. So on the 3rd, make we take our weekend should starting today. Make we calm down. For some of you that normally do 3-4 bottles of pompa, you can go bring one. Start this evening and start enjoying it. Wallahi. Jesus Christ. Huh? This part, if I'm actually want to title them part by part, this part will be titled Denying My Own Dream, or rather, not getting involved in my own dream.
Of life. I don't have Buhari's number. I don't call him and he doesn't call me. People should stop misquoting me. I'm just a messenger of God. If God tells me today to tell this father here, you're going to be the bishop of your diocese, and I prophesied it and go for my business, if eventually he becomes the bishop and begins to attack the priest, so you come in to punish me?
Okay, wait now, but in the Bible, we are made to believe that God sees the end before the beginning. That means if you prophesy that someone, God said this person is the leader, and in your own analogy, he begins to attack the parish, two things here. It's either God did not say, because God is not an author of confusion. I do not see how God will get involved in something that antagonizes human beings. The things he created, the beings he created in his own image. Sometimes our minds I feel more comfortable saying things that this is what I think. Then I'm wrong. I've exonerated God. Because I found it a little bit absurd bringing God to things that will go haywire, things that would eventually not work. I don't know if that analysis makes sense, but again, that's what I think.
Even if I did not say it, he will still be the bishop. The message just passed through me. But somebody who became now the governor and up to today, he has not come to say thanks to God here.
Oh, is that the real Coco?
Because I know that if Hope Uzodimma is receiving advice from this sanctuary, he will not be messing up. Those who are advising him had killed him while he's still alive. Once, this man Odengene of Abugo was with me in the temple. I caught...
some of you are funny. Same as leave God out of it. His man is dragging God, please. You see, that's the thing I say. Suddenly you might want to begin to fight me because of God, quote unquote, your God, the way you understand it. But when it comes to fighting for your right, you will outsource it. Exactly what he said before. God will fix Nigeria via the leaders. How? God doesn't vote. If we keep voting incompetent and thieves, if we keep voting incompetent people and thieves, that's what we will get. So it's not God, whether God is there or not. So please don't bring me into disrepute with your God, which I don't know which one. But I think there is a reason why he's a superior being and a supreme being. But he can be more.
Odengene was there listening when I called Hope. He miraculously, maybe mistakenly, he didn't know it was me. He picked. Say, Excellency, God bless you. Why could you not come to say thanks to God? Don't see me. Odengene was there. And I told him, even if you come with money, I will not touch it too. Just come here and say, God, thank you. Now go to Allah and go back. Need an advice from somebody who doesn't need anything from you. And they are messing him up. I don't have an ant sweeping for Hope Uzodimma. Nobody is employed through me. Like Buhari, nobody is employed through me. I don't have any person packing something at the gutter for Buhari through Mbaka. People are just misunderstanding me. So it's better I come publicly and declare my stand. But that's by the way. What I'm trying to tell you is, why are you crying? We are crying because we have lost hope in our leaders. The issue of blocking the government house gates, is that the solution? One governor will be moving with over 50 policemen. What about their subjects? If they are the shepherd, I think the shepherd should be protecting the sheep. Now the shepherd is protecting himself. If the sheep are dying, let them die. They must know they are our governors, he is our president, they are our senators and our representatives.
You know, this is where once more I agree with him here. You remember, I think on the either the 2nd or the 3rd of January, I made a live video from my village because at some point I was really alarmed and I felt uncomfortable. Some of you might remember. All you hear anywhere you see it is fear, because the madness went to a unprecedented level. Every single elected person, even if he's a councillor, goes with hillocks, pure with police. Where are they running to? Nowhere. Last Christmas, joined by anyone that is able to buy 2 cars. Everybody, just like you are trying to outdo your neighbor's madness in Anambra State. Anytime you see a G-Wagon, especially black, you will see about hillocks following them. They are driving like it's. Man, we have a very, very, very serious problem. Very, very serious one. We have a serious problem. And somehow it must be
because of us. Because of us, the youth are angry. The Nigerian soil is angry. Land of Nigeria is angry. So, whether they want to run, where are they running to? The land of Yoruba is hot and angry. Our land is angry too. Igbo land is hot and angrier. They should better resign and hand over and define for us how this country shall be. The money they are stealing is not their money. Some of us who used to visit prisons will tell you that some people are in the prison because they stole 10 naira.
Okay. He said I should leave a spiritual matters for them. And I think they are the people who understand spiritual things very well. So hands off. I surrender. Okay, Shady. I surrender spiritual matters. I no longer go in that. So back up, please. Right on. Let's roll it a little bit further.
Apart from that, do we have any assembling plan for car?
No. Yet the states cannot have policies to buy.
How can a country be sitting on gunpowder loaded with a fire? What is happening now is a time bomb. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows how it will happen. Because we don't know who is the PDP and the APC. These are people who change their uniform. They are the same. It's only uniform. They wear PDP by day. By night, they wear APC. Others wear APC by day. By night, they wear PDP. Who is following who? That is the matter. Nigeria has the best youth in the whole world. There is no country you can find such numbers of ingenious youths. Put them anywhere.
I agree.
They will come best.
I agree. Living witnesses.
One secondary school in Anambra went for competition last time abroad.
And beat everybody. In
US.
Yes.
Ana ajụ ha masa na ụmụaka na-asa ndị America na-asa nke ha n'akwụkwọ ụmụ Igbo Igbo akụ aka n'isi na-aza ya. O nwere ebe ụdị adị.
Great people. You see why we need the Igbo nation.
If you support them, they create road for you. If you support them, they do this for you. If you don't support them, I can never support evil. We are not supporting you to disobey God and mess up the country. Give the youth, give the family, the men and women their rights. Many are no longer paid. Some states are no longer paying their teachers. Some are not paying their workers. Some are not paying pensions anymore. Somebody who have been working for years, now you come and say he's a ghost worker. Okay, if the person is a ghost, create job and employ the person somewhere. Because it is your duty. We are their children.
You see, you know, I like this conversation and this analysis this evening because Mbaka really touched on very, 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 you know, beautiful, salient issues. A nation that talks about ghost workership, a nation talks about ghost workership. You ask yourself, how come you have ghost workers? How? Since my adult life, we'll be hearing about ghost workers. Okonji Iweala will come, tell you, oh, 16,000 ghost workers were removed. Kemi Adoshu will come, 23,000 ghost workers were removed. These ghost workers were human beings. Nobody ever heard 2 ghost workers were prosecuted, jailed. Yet this money keep going into people's account. Yet nobody is being held responsible. What manner of country is that? These are not even politicians. These are civil servants, or some of us call them evil servants. Ghost workership. You send them a soldier to wherever he goes, he dies there. You take his money. His children cannot go to school. Someone heartless will sit on a dead person's money, taking the. Sometimes I wonder what manner of heart do these people who call, whether leaders or civil servants, or what manner of heart do they have? Civil servants.
Nigerians have suffered enough. There is no reason for this apart from wickedness.
Exactly.
Our leaders are wicked.
Very, 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 very wicked. Very, very
How many of you are saying the same thing? That our leaders are wicked.
Oh, yeah, raise up your hand, those watching. If you
are they not wicked?
Hand, everybody.
Are they not wicked?
Raise your hand.
Are they not wicked?
Are they not wicked?
Are they not wicked?
Our leaders are wicked, yes. Our leaders are wicked.
Many of them are evil.
Some of you can say are wickedness.
All this billion. Can any of them tell me when he's going to die?
No, nobody knows.
Imagine somebody buying Rolls Royce to pack. Vehicle of over 200 million. When many Nigerians don't have 100 naira to feed in a day.
Now, again, this is where I wish our leaders would understand something, that being prudent and just living a modest life works. You are, in politics, you are not a Yahoo person. You are not supposed to be like, you're not a gangster. You're not a musician. If a musician is putting on so much bling bling, driving Harley Davidson, somebody in the private sector, it can be grudging, but in the public sector, you are expected to be modest. Why Rolls Royce everywhere? They say there is female phantom, there is male whatever, and you hear this manner of rubbish. Why can't people live a modest life? Is it too much to make a law that states can now, if you want to become a governor or whatever, in our state, we can only buy a locally made car, be it innocent, be it, I don't know, but really, really sickening. I can tell you, it's really sickening.
What
it
a
makes my
shame.
blood boil.
Nemesis have caught them.
But the culture is wrong.
The
CEO.
second batch of this message is that God is going to open well for somebody.
You see, Chidi, if you're still there, I think this is going spiritual. This is going spiritual now. God is going to open well. Not that I don't believe that the world can be open, but again, in a room filled with people with JSS school level certificate, and somebody is there shouting that God is going to raise a millionaire in the next couple of weeks to do XYZ, and everybody shouting amen. And my question will be, Haba, okay, I go take happen. Now juju be that, because I do not believe in spontaneous wealth. No, it doesn't exist. You need to grow into wealth. You work your way up. That's what we call like. I'll send you the link to join. Okay, I'll do that on your. Let me do that on your WhatsApp, Chidi. So quickly, I'll quickly
Genesis
do that.
21:19. Abraham. In verse 12, he said to him, do not lay your hand on the child or do anything to him. For now I know that you fear and revere God, since you have not heard back from me or begrudge giving me your son, your only son. There are many things some of us treasure. Very importantly, like your time. Some of you have given God your time. Whatever you held in honor and gloriously that you sacrifice to God becomes your Isaac. It may be your comfort. Like now, I am trading all the Isaac I have. Whatever they think they have done. But
okay, I think this is now gone into preachment. So let's fast forward a little bit.
Abraham's own lamb was a prefigura.
Now, wow, Beke de Quadia, prefigura, please. Let's get to the
so,
last
if you want to tell Father Mbaka to keep quiet and face his priestly work, because the whole thing is hovering now. Mbaka is quiet. Mbaka is silent. If I'm silent, trouble. If I talk, wahala. Which one is better?
Talk. Oh dear. So we will people will soon open the line, and some of you will join us in the studio here. This
Look
is
at what happened a few days ago. How can
now,
our Air Force people be shooting the military on the ground?
Exactly.
You
can. Well, friendly fires
what
do happen,
to
but
the
again,
families of those who have been killed in Sambisa Forest? Policemen, are you not thinking well? They are using you to protect our wealth they have stolen. How much do they give you? Somebody is carrying billions. You are protecting the person. At the end of the month, you are given a salary of 80,000, for example. From that 80, you pay for your house rent, pay for school fees, buy food for your children, buy drugs. How much remains?
Virtually nothing. Virtually nothing.
Who is feeling who?
Virtually nothing.
In abroad, if you are a military man, you are made for life. No encouragement. They are simply exposing the men of God.
So we
vulnerable people.
We have the privilege to bring
How many
in
security
Dr.
with the
Chidi,
bishop
yeah?
and priests are trying to
Dr.
secure them?
Chidi,
Are they not
you are laughing. We have gone into spiritual
so
matters.
if they want convoy of 20 to be following them, they should provide convoy of 20 to be following each Nigerian.
Thank you for joining me this evening.
Otherwise, that convoy thing should stop.
I've been laughing. But again, you know, I don't know what's your take, but in this long video, about 50 minutes or thereabout, I think Mbaka really has some salient points here. You know, he made some points, honestly, and very, very serious one indeed. But the question is, as always, one would always want to know why now? You know, why is it now that he is joining that conversation? Hmm?
I'm not Mbaka.
See, you're trying to be politically correct. This is your brother.
I know it's my brother.
So you don't want his followers to go visit your village home. That's why you are dodging. Or he doesn't want to become spiritual something.
How can you be asking me to tell you why Mbaka is deciding? Am I Mbaka? I don't have the number to Mbaka. I don't have his number.
Okay. But you don't have his number, but you can call him and he will pick accidentally. Don't you think so?
Sometimes I see it in my dream. You know, I don't know when I see the dream.
You're trying to deny your dream, this man. So you're denying your dream.
Let me tell you, if I give a prophecy, sometimes I don't know why the prophecy didn't work. You know, if I say that somebody will do something and it's a prophetic in spiritual matter, I don't know why it did not happen that way. I'm not God.
I'm laughing my head off.
You want to kill me today?
Honestly, I'm laughing my head off.
See, on a serious note, my brother, see, everybody's an adult, including Father Mbaka. You know, Father Mbaka, I think we have a love-hate relationship. So why I say he's an adult is because he's responsible for everything that he is saying. I know that the heat is on now, and even away boys, you need to declare clearly this is no longer a time when we
sit on the fence. It's a smart move.
No, this is not a sitting on the fence time. You know, boys got to ask you, tell us where you belong. So he has to quickly do this video so that if you people are connecting me with Ozadimba, sorry, I mean, my hand is not there. Let everyone ask their father's name. So I'm not saying that's why he's doing it, because the man of God is led by the Holy Spirit. This is the time the Holy Spirit has nudged him. So, you know, it is a spiritual matter. I told you, you don't understand spiritual things.
You see, I don't. All of us, people like me that take Nkwacha, we don't understand spiritual things.
So on the physical, you're thinking that maybe it's because it's afraid or something. That is your spiritual. You're using.
No, he cannot be afraid. You know? He cannot be afraid. What afraid of anything?
Let me tell you something. This is a spiritual. There's a spiritual connotation to this revelation that is given us. So don't view it from a mathematical, physical, metaphor.
The problem is that as a project person, everything is to me is always straightforward, either left or right. There is no time.
So it's from my mouth. You want to hear that Father is wearing trousers under the cassock. That's your business.
Whether on boxers or whatever, I don't know, but something appeared to be under there.
My brother, let me tell you something, Njenje. See, the chicken has finally come home to roost. Okay, so everybody, we come, you know very well, you and I, we try to do things that are not popular,
conventional.
Yes. It's not conventional. We stick on our lane. We keep saying what we are saying. People come and they say, you are saboteur. Because we are not doing things certain ways. Because we know what Njenje. If okay na wefu.
What are legally or African?
So we have seen what we have seen. We have analyzed what we have analyzed. We've been there, done that. And along the line, when we were taking some positions that we were taking, sometimes not being entirely on somebody's side, or we commend somebody and tomorrow we flog them, it is because of what is happening right now. So people who have hitherto condemned us so that they can be popular or they can look good in the eyes of people, now is the time that everybody's words, everybody's action is going to be put through the furnace. And if it does not stand the heat of the furnace, you're going to be burnt with this revolution that is coming. So I'm not surprised that a lot of people are running helter skelter.
Let me quickly bring one of our friends who has voted, and let us see what he thinks after voting. Mr. Man, have you voted?
Right. Have you voted?
I'm voted, yeah.
Okay, so
I'm happy I'm voted, yeah.
tell me your feeling after voting today.
Yeah, after voting, I'm feeling okay. What I want, I get it on the result. I'm getting the party I want is the one going on.
The fact is going on.
Thank you for that.
What are you expecting?
You see, the fact we want to go on.
Njenje, I don't want to be laughing. There's problem back home.
If you don't want your BP, if you don't want to be visiting your doctor at the moment, this easing of tension is needed, because the news is terrible. The news
is terrible. It is terrible.
Really, really terrible.
And it's not going to become it's not going to get so good so soon. It's going to get bad before it gets good. So I think people should really prepare themselves. Okay, this is what we've been preaching a long time ago. We get what we asked for. If we didn't do what we're supposed to do when we're supposed to do it. And when I talk like this, I'm not being one-sided. That's from every angle. We didn't do our duty to our leaders. We didn't hold them accountable. We were talking about these things blaring, the sirens and all of that. We are busy worshiping mediocrity, taking those of us that are just talkatives, taking us for granted, yabbing us. We didn't do what we're supposed to do, and now we are where we are now. So we're just going to dance to this Surugede.
Yeah, but see there, when you are saying this, imagine if you and I are like this mother here, who is and give this attachment. Let me make and your voice dancing like
hello.
I'm way too much.
So anytime I watch that, it brings back to this is what I call smackdown. Next level.
Don't worry. There are the people that will do the smackdown for you. They are allowed, though. They are allowed. Don't worry.
Oh dear.
Thank you for what you're doing. I really enjoyed myself on your program today, man. I was cracking up. I mean, with everything, the analysis, the way, the flavor that you're putting into the thing. Honestly speaking, can I make a confession?
Yes, go ahead.
I saw that video. I just threw it away. Like, I just saw it and I didn't even open. I opened the first line where he was saying that I was not interested. I was so upset. I was very upset. It's actually in your program that I have listened to him as much. I didn't play it as much as I did, in your program. So, I mean, thank you for analyzing it. He made he just regurgitating what we already know. That's what we've been trying to say all the time. So he woke up.
Even as of that time, he was still dreaming the dream that he's now disowning. You could, I mean, many of us, especially myself, I keep saying, I can't understand why you're not seeing this, because this is.
I'm telling you.
I said yesterday in my program, listen, I am Abundibo. We are business people. We know bad market when we see one. And go back, everyone hating us. Go back, you will see. It came with Umez, okay. It was rejected. It came with Okadibo, it was rejected. It came with Tunde Bakari. It came with Osibanjo. It was also rejected. So it's nothing personal, nothing against when it came to two great Igbo sons. You one of my great mentors, but it was rejected. It's a question of asking yourself why.
Honestly, that's why I said Mbaka, with due respect, is an adult and is answerable to himself. He's answerable to all of this. He will answer to it. Maybe it's a stitch in time. We will see if it can save the 9, or maybe it is a stitch too late and a lot has already gone bad. But the important thing is that it's a stitch. So it's a stitch. Thank you so much, my brother.
My brother, thank you very, very much. Honestly, it's good. It's good, for the collaboration. I thank you for the super chat. And
no problem.
All those watching, this is my good brother, Chidi, from Canada, joining me live from Canada, Worship Media. And you can see it we do collaborations here and there, because at the end of the day, all we want is a better society.
Sure.
Some may call it Republic of Biafra. People like me believe in the word Igbo nation. It's my own. I hold it to my heart. So it's something I cherish. So some will say Eastern Nigeria. Listen, the nomenclature means absolute nothing. And no one should be hung on, it must be this, or you're not making progress. Listen, everyone, remember before, when you talk about anything, you'll be hanged. Today, everybody's feeling the heat.
Sure.
Even those that say, you want to break Nigeria, Mutani Nigeria, everybody's running.
Kai madam, you are the speaker for Hausa?
What did he go speaker for Hausa? If you don't go to the other room, if they do something for secrecy in the other room?
Kai madam, I don't know it that you are my friend. You are my brother.
So you na my brother Ibe.
Me, I get them for store for Sokoto. I get them for Abuja, for Kanu, everywhere. I get them for store everywhere.
If I tell you something, my brother, you no go believe me. If you go Amoya, you go Akigwe, you go Anesa, you go Kagi, you go Akitisket, you go Lagos. Every time they carry my cow, they go somewhere. They sell them. If he don't finish, they go Sakoto cow.
How? My brother, you see,
the cow no problem. Now my cow, they hear when they call and they go for somebody farm. They go shop me for everything. The cow is the Chris. But me, he never Chris.
I need to go have a meeting.
Thank you very much, Eddie, for joining me. It's been
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, my brother. So people, you guys stop. Listen, this life no gets duplicate. Sometimes you can just come down and have fun, you know. There, Chidi, thank you for joining me again. You know, this thing where would this thing for this nation. Sometimes this is how I feel. Let me play this video again. This is how I indeed feel. Sometimes I feel.
Too much.
So you see, you see that smackdown again from the mother. Oh dear, that was very, very funny. Let me see. I need to hold on. I need to do this. Oh, quickly, hold on. Just pardon me. Hold on. Oh dear. So I need to, there is part of that video. If I bring back that video again, I haven't finished actually.
I said it should stop. How many of you support that it should stop? Wave your hands to the Lord if you support it. It should stop. Mari ma sekete bashende. Bara maseri ma yakete moshe. Bara makete masenda rima. Ya rabase ruba kete remashe. Baba kata ramasi. Aya rima shenda mase kete bashende. Baba kaya ramase. Riba kata ramasi. Baka ya rama. Sindaraba kure bashenda rabasekete. I pray heaven to dispatch millions and billions of angels to keep our children alive until the time of disaster is over. Or rather, until the times of disasters are over. Amen. Sorry to go on this angle. It may interest you to know that up to today, I don't know who is Nnamdi Kanu. I have never seen him face to face. Look at my hand on the altar again. But I want to tell you something. Wherever he is, may God bless him. Because if somebody has risen up to shout that his children, his brothers are suffering, is it a crime? May the Lord bless his courage. What is happening is tear shedding, is heart rending, is nerve breaking, is mind blowing. Can our security agents and leaders account for us how many children, how many Nigerians have died under 1 week, under 1 month? Students being kidnapped from the universities. And there is a leadership. No. Either they are involved in it, or they should stop it, or what is happening will stop them. So Buhari and Hope and go, and those who want to fight, before you begin to fight, remember there was a time God asked me to support your people.
Oh God, you don't come again. God cannot be confused now. Did God actually ask you? But anyway, I think Thank you, everyone. My attention has been called on something. I need to go before 9 o'clock. I was hoping that we would have taken some calls, but I need to go by 9 o'clock. On that, I will say thank you once more. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. But let's, for the last 2 minutes, round up.
Withdraw and prophesy against you.
No, now. Oga. If God is omnipotent, if he can see the end from the beginning, that means at the beginning of time, God has already seen the end of 2022-23. Therefore, if God had asked you, if he asked you to make those pronunciations, he couldn't in halfway, jagged everything, ask you to come back and remake the pronunciation again. That is not how I understand how God works, because he's a perfectionist. Again, I'm not saying you lied, or don't misquote me. But what I'm saying is, I think it doesn't really, tally, and maybe more logically. Okay. So, on that note, thank you, everyone, for joining me this evening. I will now let the video
again.
Towards the,
Is it not shameful that the president of a country will be sick and there will be no hospital in his country
and please,
to treat him,
good night,
and he will fly out?
Remember.
So if other Nigerians are sick, will they fly away? How? Do you have the money? So we are better, and we should better die in Nigeria, and the president should better fly out to treat himself. Can't they donate one oil block for our health facilities? Our doctors, are they well paid? They are treated as toilet washers. Our medical experts, one of the best in the whole world. Go to America, go to London. The most respectful doctors are from Nigeria. Even during the time of Corona, it's Nigeria, they Corona, and we are treating people. We have all it takes. God has given it to Nigerians. Then why should our fellow Nigerians who call themselves leaders from the president down be meting out wickedness, evil, satanism in the name of leadership? What they call democracy. I said it, democracy. We are here to run our democracy. What is happening now is democracy. They have raped our democracy. And if they're not careful and it continues like this, and the president is calm, is he calm because his own child is not dead? Is he calm because his wife is still alive? Is he calm because those who are dying are not part of the Nigerians? Is he silent because he is dumb? Is he silent because he cannot talk? Is he silent because of what? Who asked Mr. President to be quiet in the midst of this evil that is going on? Shall it continue like this and we are watching? Let them give us opportunity to terrorize terrorism. I'm not a politician. I don't vote. During election time, I will be in the temple praying. Let God's will be done. I'm not God. So at this hour, the Isaac they think will die will not die. If you have a list of those you want to kill, please, federal government, burn that sheet of paper. If you continue to kill these boys, you will suffer what you cannot control. Killing is not an alternative. Stop stealing our wealth. Thieves should be killed. And if you look deeply, our leaders today are thieves. Okwu akarikwara mmadụ. Ijeze n'ahịa. Kiri ụmụ nwaanyị na-azụ ogiri na ụba na tomato. Is that how they are going to meet up? When one leader has how many houses in Enugu, how many in Abuja, how many in Dubai, how many in London, with our money. Why can't they use this money to build industries for our youth? If they want to continue to steal, let them steal. But let them use the money to build something for the children of God to work with. Whether you are Islamic or Christian, it doesn't matter. Give the people jobs. You can't mess up their youthful time. God is not happy with you. Our leaders, God, whom I am serving, is not happy with you. If you want to attack me, go ahead. But listen to the message. God is not happy with you. And if you want to attack, your end will come. By the power of the Holy Spirit in Jesus' name. You are saying, what is my business? People are calling me father, father, father. Which means they are my children. If my children are crying, if my children are being killed, if I am passing by and see blood of my children on the highway, even the police people, all these young men who are dying in Imo, they are my children. So a father of my stature, 25-year-old in this priestly work, sleepless nights, 25 years of everyday fasting. Highest I will eat once in a day for 25 years. Then I cannot talk. Who are you? What contribution have you made in Nigeria more than me? Apart from that, you are a criminal. You are the criminals. You are the terrorists. You have terrorized the peace in the country.